good afternoon. And it is afternoon. Welcome back to Potentially Ill-Conceived Productions here in Arizona. As always, I am Phil, your gatekeeper, and as always, I've got a cigar to smoke. But we're not talking about this cigar today. This is an Obsidian Black, which we have reviewed ad nauseum because I love this cigar. But this is just the cigar that I'm smoking today. Today, I want to talk about ring gauges. What the hell is a ring gauge, and why should I care about it? What's it going to do for me? Well, let's get into that. What the hell is a ring gauge? A ring gauge is 1/64th of an inch. In other words, if you had a ring gauge of 64, your cigar would be an inch in diameter. This is a 56. 56, anywhere 56 to about 60 is my favorite. Most people live within that 46 ring gauge up to 56 to 50 and 59. Ring gauges go from 30, I believe it's 30, it's either 30 or 32, and they go up to, there is at least one or two cigars out there that are 145 ring gauge. There are a number of cigars out there that are 70 ring gauge. And let me tell you, those cigars are hard as heck to smoke, because you're not necessarily getting anything that you could hang on to in your suck hole, because you're almost 3 inches of cigar there. So anyway, why does that even matter? Well, for a lot of different reasons, as I promise to puff a little bit. Lower ring gauge cigars are considered to be definitely the smoke on the go kind of cigars. They're not the hang out and enjoy yourselves. The tobacco in lower ring gauge cigars is tighter, packed tighter than it would be in this 56 ring gauge. When your cigar tobacco is packed tighter, it's going to burn hotter. It's going to draw harder, which increases the heat from the ember that you're pulling in, and consequently, it's going to smoke quicker. As you get higher into larger ring gauges, like this one here, the tobacco is not packed so tightly, and it draws a lot easier. Now that does not necessarily mean that 70 ring gauge is a easy as pie kind of cigar to smoke. Just the sheer, if you've not looked at one, when the next time you're in your tobacconist, see if they have any out there in their humidor. But take a look at the size of that monster. I mean, this at a 56, this for me, and I've got big old ham hands. For me, between the 56 to 60, that's a perfect size. It fits nicely into my hand. A 5.5, and this is a 5.5, and the 5.5 up to 6.5 length is the most popular length at this point in time. So it just, personally, this just fits in for me. Now, I know a number of people that like smoking the cigarillos and the Winchester cigars and things of those kind, things of those nature. But they're always seem very, very rushed in the smoking to me. Those kind of cigars, it just I don't want to rush through it. You know, I like to enjoy myself. This is going to take me a good 45 minutes to fully smoke and enjoy this today, and that's exactly what I want. So consequently, you know, I go for this ring gauge, this size. It fits my big, and it's comfortable hanging out in my smoke hole. So ring gauge is something to look at. Ring gauge has to do with a little bit of the pricing of your cigars. Your bigger 70 ring gauge and that are going to be a little bit pricier because they have more tobacco in them. Just makes sense. So lower ring gauges, you're going to have that harder draw. You're going to have a quick smoke on them and on the go. You know, puff it and go. If you get a larger, a 55 up to 60, you know, the burn is going to be cooler. You're going to have an opportunity for the flavors to meld with one another a little bit better, whereas with the smaller ring gauges, you know, you're getting that, you'll have to get that big burst of flavor at that point in time. You're not going to have a lot of time for the tobacco to heat up, to warm up, and where you're going to get those flavor profiles out of there. So anyway, something to consider as you are looking at cigars. And as always, it's completely up to you what you like and what you don't like. Cigar smoking is totally about you, and no one else has the power to tell you anything differently. They might suggest, but everything is up to you. It's what I love about smoking cigars. So anyway, with all those things said and done, I'm going to go back smoking this, and I probably will go bobbing in the pool for a little while like a beached whale. Y'all take care of yourselves. We have an interesting little cigar coming up tomorrow to discuss. So with that, let us know what you're smoking, and I will catch you on the flip.